welcome to my doll studio. I actually do all kinds of artistic stuff here, but it doesn't matter. I am Xenia Gray, and today I will show you and explain to you how to do this beautiful high platform boots for Monster High dolls. Boots. Sounds a little bit scary, like a Halloween edition or something like that. But it's nothing to worry about, nothing to be scared, because using this technique you can create shoes for all kinds of dolls. It's not so complicated. And in my next video I will talk about this gorgeous beaded dress and how to make it, or the way I made it. So let's start working. Don't forget to give thumbs up to this video if you like it, and maybe even subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this. It will make me very happy and inspires me to keep creating. So stop talking and start working. How to make these shoes. Let's start preparing our workplace and let's see everything we will need. For these shoes I will use extra fine leather piece, a stretch fabric or faux leather, sewing thread of a similar color and needles, scissors, fabric pen or pencil, a cutter, a doll that I will use as a model. This one already have his feet modified with an air dry clay to get the form I like. You will have to do the same. I also will need air dry 2-component resin like Magic Sculpt or any other polymeric clay as fimo, sculpey or other. Sculpting tools, glue. I use liquid silicone, but it could be other like glue for leather or glue gun. Sandpaper of various sizes, from the biggest grain to the finest one. Acrylic paints, clear water, gloss varnish, but I used Mr. Super Clay in the end, and a kitchen film. If I forgot something, I will leave it down below in the description. Let's start drawing the shape of the leg on the sheet of paper, leaving about 4 or 5 millimeters on each side. I will need 2 pieces like this for each leg. I cut it out with scissors. Before tracing it on my piece of leather, I will do a test on the cheaper material. You can use all kinds of elastic fabrics, faux leather and similar. I choose leather. I draw the pattern of the 2 mirror flipped pieces and cut them out with my scissors. This will help me to see the size and the way they fit to the doll leg. I could even sew both pieces together to be sure everything is okay. If something is going wrong, I will fix it before cutting my final piece of leather. Once I see that everything works, I trace it to my final piece of leather. Don't do it with a black marker. I did it to make it better seen on camera. I usually use a white pen or pencil. I will have to cut 4 pieces, 2 right and 2 left. Now I have to sew them together. With a very fine needle, making very small stitches and very close one to each other along the all edge of the piece. The type of stitch that I use is called overcast stitch, is when the thread borders the edge of the piece. Let's check it out. If I see that any space between stitches is too big, I will sew it again. Now I'll do the same on the other edge of the piece. And then I will sew the other piece in the same way. Before turning the pieces over, I rub them carefully to make the leather softer. Then gently and with a lot of patience, I will turn them over using the back of a fine brush. Then I'll do the same with the other piece. When both pieces are done, I will fold the top edge inside of the boot. I will use glue and some tool that fits perfectly inside the boot. Now it's perfect. And now I will make the soles. I draw the shape of the sole on the paper using my model doll and cut it out. Let's compare again and again until it fits perfectly. One side of this piece is for the right foot, another side for the left. Now I draw them on the piece of leather and cut it out. Checking and cutting again until all is perfect. The two pieces must be exactly the same. Now let's put the boots on the doll and glue the soles. The leather is pretty elastic material, but you can get it more manageable getting it wet with some of water. I will glue the sole inside the leather tabs that I have left for this purpose. And let's do the same with the other boot. I leave the rough part of leather out because it sticks better. I also use water to moisten my fingers and prevent the glue sticks to them. Now both boots are almost done. Time to create the high platform. Time to sculpt. But first I will protect my work with the kitchen film and wrap it well. My tools are already here, but first I will design the sole that I want. I started with the idea of something simple and classic, but I decided to give it a more extravagant touch. I like to challenge myself. I will use 2-component magic sculpt resin. I like to work with it because it dries quickly and it's pretty workable even once it's dry. I take 2 equal parts of each component and mix them well. Then I sculpt the shape that I like the most. I wet my fingers in water to prevent the resin sticks to them. Let's sculpt the form. Dedicating the time I want to dedicate to it. More time and work I'll spend, more detailed and precise the form will be. Remember, the devil is in the details. I start by making one piece, but I have to make 2, very equal and symmetrical, don't forget about it. All this process is about sculpting and sculpting until you like the result. Once both pieces are made, I let them dry until the next day. Alright, now everything is ready to finish our boots. First, I will separate the platforms for the boot very carefully. Maybe I will need the help of some tool to do it. I remove the plastic and see if everything fits perfectly. And it does. Now I will sand both pieces with sandpaper and the cutter until it's perfectly smooth. I will start with the big grain sandpaper and the cutter. I will continue with the medium one, and the fine-grained one is for the end of my work. You can actually use Dremel for this, but I prefer to work this way. I check again and again that the 2 parts are symmetrical. After polishing with the very fine sandpaper, the soles are ready to be painted. I will clean them with alcohol to remove all dirt and my own fingerprints. I wanted to make the soles the same color as the boot. For this, I will have to mix several colors to get the exact one. I will use this sample of the leather for this. I mix white, beige, red, brown and gold colors. Then I add yellow and black one until the color is very similar. I paint all piece with the soft brush except the inside part. I also decided to paint the back in another color. With some layers of acrylic paint, I cover all the piece. I wanted to paint the back part of the sole a darker red and make a gradient from bottom to the top. I already did it on one piece, now I will do it on the other one. I will paint the back with an intense red using a very thin brush. I will very carefully define the edges. Don't forget that acrylic turns a little bit darker once it dries. Before doing the gradient, I will cover the piece with a layer of a Mr. Super Clear. I use my Rembrandt pastels to create that gradient, but you can use an airbrush if you want. I choose these red and orange colors for the finishing touch. You can decorate the soles as you like, draw ornaments, stripes, spots or scales, just let your imagination fly. I decided to do something simple because this doll's dress is very detailed. I wanted to balance her final look this way. Finally, I give a touch of a golden shimmer. I apply it with a brush and seal it with 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear. You can use a gloss varnish if you want a gloss effect. Now it only remains to join the soles with the boot. I can use leather glue, liquid silicone or super glue. I will distribute the glue well all over the sole and I stick it to the boot. I will remove the excess of the glue with a fine tool or a needle. And then I'll do the same with the other boot. If some part doesn't glue well, I will add a little glue with a needle and I will glue it well again. And now only left to let it dry for several hours. And that's all. I really love this shoot, this dress. I hope I was pretty clear explaining. And anyway, if I forgot something, I will let it down below in the description. And if you have some questions, just let me comment. I will try to respond all of them. I hope you really enjoyed this video. It's time to say goodbye for now until my next video tutorial. It will be about this dress. Just a little spoiler. Kisses for everyone, and don't forget to always have fun creating.